everyone, and welcome to another episode of, I was about to say, my YouTube series. Another episode of...
Go ahead, you can plug it in. It's all right.
the Just Let It Do podcast, where you get to listen to a moron, Nimrod, and a doofus ramble aimlessly about all things geek. I am Johnny.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Joel.
Yo, he nails that every time, Joel. He's making you look bad.
Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. I can't remember how old the fuck I am. I'm not going to remember that long intro.
The best part is,
listen to a moron. I don't fucking know. Just listen to us talk.
No, screw that. It's welcome to the Just Let It
Oh, yeah.
Damn it! Just okay. So just don't clap. All right, just don't clap. Welcome to the Just Let It Do. Mother.
Yeah. I was doing that a lot early on.
Wait, the best part is you were like, "I'll fix it," so you put your hands under the table. All right, ready? Welcome to the Just Let It Do podcast. Motherfucker, you still hear the clap?
I remember I did that. And I didn't notice. And then you looked at me and I was like, oh shit, I collapsed. You had this fucking face like you were going to rip my fucking arms off.
It was the weirdest thing too, because you could say it, you just have to keep clapping. So then you're like, "Oh fuck it, I'll sit on my hands." You just shut on your hands and forgot what you were gonna say. It's like your hands were part of your thought process.
They are. They most definitely are. Oh shit.
Okay.
So before we get into it, I just have one bit of news. I think I texted to you guys yesterday or something. But Ghostbusters 4K DVDs are coming out, or Blu-rays or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That are going to have, I think it's six or so never before seen rare deleted scenes that were recently uncovered for Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Probably from the mining shaft where they had the Karate Kid.
No, yeah. It was taking too much space.
But yeah, that's supposed to be coming out. There's a couple scenes actually that I really wanted to see. Like there's one that a lot of people on the internet always wanted to see was the where the part where you see Ray and Winston going back into the city.
Yeah.
There is a scene where they actually went to New Jersey to go capture a ghost, and that's where they were coming from.
Yeah. You could tell because of the
and so that's supposed to be in it. And then supposedly, the Ecto 1 originally was going to be, the Ecto 1 was actually going to have, I don't know, something. It was almost like AI, or it reminded me of like the Filmation Ghostbusters where the car talked and was like whatever. So there was a part where the Ghostbusters actually parked the car. And there was a police officer going to put a ticket on the car for illegal parking, and then the ticket supposedly burst into flames, and then the gun on the car.
Yes.
The gun on the car actually points down to the cop, and the cop's just like, "Oh shit," and then like leaves. Right. That was a supposed scene, but that's supposed to be coming. But I think that's really the only bit of news.
I can't wait for it just because I love Ghostbusters.
Well, yeah. Actually, I just watched recently, again, we just talked about in the last episode, but I actually was sent the new Joker trailer. Did any of you guys see that?
I did, yes. I did see the Joker trailer.
Any thoughts?
I have no thoughts.
Did you?
I'm good.
Okay, then I guess we'll just move on.
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing. That's like going, yo, guys, they're making a Dr. Robotnik movie. Guys. Hey, guys.
No, for real.
Hey, guys.
It's like what it is.
Guys.
It's like, I don't care.
They're making a Bowser movie.
Okay. They're making a Dr. Wily. Actually, I would be interested in that.
Guys. Hey, guys. They're making insert name of villain that means nothing without the hero here. They're making that movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't... that's what that is.
They're... I don't know. Who cares, anyway?
I can see a Black Adam movie. Do you know why? Because Black Adam doesn't need Shazam to survive. Black Adam was...
Figurative.
No.
Well, he's an anti-hero.
But the thing is, he He was around before.
No, I know. I understand.
Shazam was around.
You don't have to keep screaming.
There's a story that you can tell with him. Joker wasn't around before Batman.
Yes, he was. In the New 52.
Oh,
He's been around since the 1800s or whatever.
Some crap. And there's 3 of them, and it's whatever, man.
Fucking bullshit. Anyway, as you said, Black Adam, segue into our topic today, which is
smooth.
Talking about Black Adam Shazam.
Which is the Shazam movie. Chris and I saw today. Actually, we just got back. Johnny saw it yesterday.
Saw it yesterday.
Look, we can segue better than this. Okay, Black Adam. Actually, I forgot. What does Black Adam usually say to turn into Black Adam?
Shazam!
Captain Marvel. Oh,
Captain Marvel.
Sorry.
I think he's credited as the actor. Can't remember his name.
No, he's credited as Shazam.
Shazam. I saw Shazam.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
because
credited
I
as
actually
Shazam.
looked up the cast.
They can't use.
I looked up the cast and it said Captain Marvel.
I'm sure in IMDb or something.
Yeah, in IMDb it probably says
when the credits rolled, it said Shazam.
Yeah, legally in the movie.
I was about to say, I was like, how can they use Captain Marvel?
They can't. They can't.
No, they can. They absolutely can. So
no, I don't think
Marvel allows them.
Yeah, if Marvel allows them, yes.
Because for the longest time, DC, when they would come out with comics,
Yeah.
it was called Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
They were allowed to call it Captain Marvel.
Yep.
And then, but that's only with the okay with Marvel. And
Yeah.
Marvel now pushing Captain Marvel.
Well, yeah. I mean, they own legally. It's like the movie rights. Comic books are different than comic book licensing is different than movie licensing.
Yeah.
And right now, Marvel has that, so
Yep.
they couldn't do it.
Anyway, let's.
Non-spoiler review first, and then we can give our scores, and then we'll spoil the hell out of it.
Yeah. So I thought the movie was. I thought the movie was good. I think it was.
Speaking for yourself, apparently.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought the movie was good. It was fun to watch. I think it's a good course correction from what anything else DC's been doing. Obviously, I don't think we've even talked about Aquaman. We haven't done an Aquaman review, right?
No, we haven't. We need to.
So yeah, we need to do that. But I think it was a good course correction. Surprises towards the end of the movie that I was not expecting. That was actually just really fun to watch. Some amusing bits. At times I felt it was just getting. There were some parts that I was just like, can we just like get on with it?
Actually, I wanted to bring up some of that, and I want to ask you guys about it.
Yeah, so there were some parts that I was just like, can we like move on from this and like do something else? But
get into action. I'm not tired of seeing these children.
Yeah. But overall, it was fun to watch. It was enjoyable to watch.
What did you think? And I'm asking both of you guys at this point. Zachary Levi, which is the one who played actual Shazam, and Asher Angel as Billy Batson. What did you think of their performances?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what there. Like I said, there were parts, there were bits. I felt like they tried to do a couple bits, like smaller bits, not like how Ghostbusters 2016 was, where it was like a one big long fucking bit, like
SNL.
Yeah,
yeah.
But there were a couple bits that was just like, but
it did like
I still.
You mean like jokes that didn't hit?
Yeah, I think there were a couple jokes that like just didn't hit, and I think it was more because I was just like, I don't know, like I get it. He's a kid, so he's acting like a kid. Like I get it. That's how Shazam is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Performance-wise, though, I thought they were both good. Quite honestly, like I said, it was enjoyable to watch, and so I felt that it was a good course correction for DC. Yeah, and I did enjoy watching it.
I thought it was great. I very much enjoyed it. This is the best DC movie. I don't care what anyone says. I will say this though. You're talking about course correction. I've begun to treat these movies as if they're just singular movies now because the DCEU is so fucked when it comes to lore and to what's the word? I think I tried to say it last time. Continuity.
Continuity.
I can't say that word. With the continuity, it's so fucked that like I don't even consider any of these movies attached anymore.
Right.
Like this is just the Shazam movie. That's it. You know what I mean? This is not the Shazam movie to attach to Batman v Superman and Justice League and all the other. This is just Shazam. Just enjoy it. Like that's it. Like they talk about Superman, they talk about Batman. That's great. But yeah, so in that aspect, I thought it was a great movie. It is the best DC. It might be the best DC live action now. I mean, besides like 89 Batman and the original like Christopher Reeve Superman. I mean, those are like top notch. But I thought the two actors played Shazam, Billy Batson, were freaking on point.
Yeah,
you cannot get any more perfect of by acting, looks, voice, performance, everything. Like when I saw that kid, I'm like, oh my, like that's it. That's Billy Batson right there. He's standing right there. Same thing with Shazam, the way he spoke, everything. Absolutely fantastic. I do think that the movie suffered from, and this is what you were saying. I also want to mention Dr. Savani was
Savannah.
No, isn't it Savani?
Savannah.
With an A. Dude, you corrected me when I messed up his name. You're like, it's Savannah, man. I'm like, oh my bad.
It's with an A.
Yeah, it's with an A.
It is.
It's with an A.
Cause
you corrected me and made sure that it was an A.
Oh my god! Did I just like? Oh my god! It is Savannah. What the heck?
Dr.
I
Savannah.
know.
You know
All right,
the name.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Dr. Savannah was awesome. I thought he was just gonna be. Honestly, I liked him better in this movie than a lot of times in the comics. Like I feel like he's just like in like the comics, and he's like this like. Oh,
yeah, Sinestro did a good job being Savannah.
Well, yeah, he did fantastic. I loved him as Savannah.
He was okay as Sinestro, but he was
great.
kebab.
I loved his performance as Savannah. I really did. Like I dug this villain. And pacing issues, huge issues with the pacing.
What the hell?
There was huge issues. That was probably my only complaint about this movie. Was there was times where I felt like that, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to feel like that, but I felt like
I don't think there were so much issues with pacing. You got to consider this movie was 2.5 hours already.
that is true. This was a very long movie.
I don't know, man. This movie was 2.5 hours. It's not like you can give the whole background of Shazam and everything.
But that's not what I'm asking. No, that's not what I'm asking for. I'm not asking like, oh, why didn't we get more? That's not what I'm asking at all. But like, there was times where I was like, oh, okay, they're doing this high school hijinks. Okay, Savannah's throwing someone out a window.
That's where it kind of got. That's where
okay, high school hijinks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think the high school hijinks thing I think that went a little bit longer than what I would have wanted to. Like if you would have cut like maybe 5-10 minutes off of that. And that's what I'm saying.
I feel like in the beginning it was good, but then like they kept going back to high school hijinks, and it was. But like,
I get why they were doing it though. Like I understand why.
Well, they have to show Billy Batson.
Yeah, you know but I get why they were doing a lot of that. But I would have liked to have seen maybe like 10 minutes less of it.
Yeah, well, exactly. I feel like if they did that, it would have been better. But like that's probably my only issue with the movie. Sometimes I was like, ooh, Dr. Savannah's destroying everything. Oh, man, I want to go back to this. Like that was my only thing. Sometimes they pulled you out of something that you wanted to stay in. Right. But anyway, that's we'll talk about it more later. Good.
Since 1978, all the way to 78.
Superman 1. That's what I said, right?
Yeah, 78. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Since Superman 1.
Oh, I heard since 1971.
No,
this is Superman 1.
Superman 1.
Yes, it's Superman 1. Till now, I think this may be my favorite Disney.
Oh, really?
DC.
That's saying a lot. Jeez,
DC.
It like exceeds the boundaries of its copyrights.
DC film of all time. It might be my favorite of all time.
Really?
It might be my favorite of all time. I didn't care about the high school hijinks.
No,
You
guys are you're missing. I like the high school hijinks.
But like, I think it was a perfect length. I didn't mind it at all. I didn't think it went too far. I don't think it was too little. There was a part where he was going to find his mom, and I was a little bothered by the story. I'm not exactly sure why. But then when he met his mother and she explained she was 17 and she gave him like that kind of cold shoulder,
you know what's
like,
funny?
You know what? This is perfect.
You know what's funny?
This is absolutely perfect. I completely believe this. This is believable.
I called that we'll talk about it in spoilers.
Well, I knew she left him on purpose. The thing was,
all right. We're already talking about spoilers. So
sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. Well, the thing is,
it's hard to talk about
anyway.
Let's just get into spoilers. Fuck it.
No.
We got this.
Don't.
The thing is,
we got this.
No, we got.
We've got it.
Because people who know anything about Captain Marvel know that he's a foster kid. So clearly, he's a foster kid for a reason. So I apologize, but so let me clarify.
You already clarified.
Yeah, I know.
Still that part of the movie.
But the thing, there's some parts where it was.
I'm just gonna.
He was excited. Okay.
I'm gonna cut both of you out of this episode. It'll just be me.
You talking in dead silence.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
There was a couple parts that I was like, that I felt weird about it, but then when it landed, I went, oh, there was a payoff. No matter what, there was a payoff. So I didn't feel like I was waiting for too long.
Yeah, you know what? I can
without
agree
getting
with that.
paid off. Like even like high school hijinks, it was like, oh wow, this might be taking. Okay, no, I like the way it ended. That okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I have to, because there were some things that I was like, come on, man. And then like when it ended, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like you kind of see. So I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to agree with that.
I feel because of all that. Dude, I can't. Like, this doesn't ruin anything, but there's a part where there's a fly that happens.
Fly.
There's a flying part that happens.
Oh.
And you see the city get small and fast. And I thought that camera angle was phenomenal. I was like, "Oh my god, look at that! That is the best."
Yeah, in the
hands
movie
down,
theater,
that
I just heard from him. Holy shit!
Yeah, like, because it just took off like a speeding bullet, and you see the city like.
I know what scene you're talking about.
It looked like you were on an airplane just flying straight up. It was amazing. It was phenomenal. I was expecting Bugs Bunny to just be like, "Wah!" Like it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And it's weird because at this point, with everything we've seen in movies, whether it be like a Star Wars movie, whether it be a Marvel movie, whether it be another DC movie, I feel like you've seen everything that there needs to see when it comes to CGI and the things that they do. So it shouldn't bother you. And that movie still surprised me. That says a lot. If you're still being surprised.
That does say a lot. Like
shout out to the special effects team.
When a movie gets you to go, holy shit, nowadays, it's like, it's a feat.
Yep.
So yeah, those are my thoughts.
All right. You want to talk a little bit about supporting cast at all? Or you guys want to go straight to spoilers?
Because I feel any supporting cast would be a sport.
Yeah, we just need to go to spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, so rate.
I'm gonna rate. You guys go first. I have to think.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go last.
First?
Plus, I'm doing engineering work in the background.
This is an easy 8 out of 10. Solid, great movie. You know what's funny is that like this movie, I don't know how you guys feel, might bring the other DC movies down at one more score because how good this is compared to the others. Like this is a good movie. This is the first DC movie that I can actually say, wow, that was great.
I don't think your movie rating should go down.
Oh,
I don't think.
No,
I know.
I was
down.
It's
just that you're gonna hold this movie in particular higher up than everybody else.
No, this is an easy 8. Again, the 2 leads made it. Like it. I can't.
More than the leads made it for me.
Well, no.
Yeah.
But I'm talking just the leads alone. You know what I mean? Like even if everything else was shit in this movie, I would be like, wow, those guys were on point. Like still, but the villain was great. They got the villain perfect. The story was great. It was a very good feeling movie. It was funny. There were little jokes for me that didn't hit, but most of them did. Like there was a few times I was laughing my ass off in the theater. It's phenomenal. It's a great movie, and I think anyone who's interested in comics needs to go see this. This movie's not for everyone, and that's why it's not a 9 for me. Because it's not for everyone. But if you're a fan of comic books, go and support this movie because it needs your money.
You want to go? Want me to go?
Let him go last because he's gonna like sing its praises.
I have to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I honestly have to give it a 9 out of 10. It was a really good fucking movie, and I have to disagree with you. I feel like this movie is for everyone.
Yep, I absolutely
because it is definitely family oriented. There's a lot of stuff around like with kids, and there's things about it that gear towards adults too, and comic book fans, obviously. I have to give this a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a great movie. Like I had zero hopes for this movie because I was like I'm pretty much like done with DC.
So long as Aquaman does better than this, I'm fine. Who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah. So like I was like done with
great.
Like
Thanks, guys, making me feel like shit.
Well, like I was like completely done with just DC in general, right? As far as their movies go.
That's why I'm separating this from the other. This doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel like it, but you got to consider that it is part of it.
Yeah.
So like I'm not even taking that into consideration. I could care like if it is part of it, great. Let DC fix all their other fucking movies. If they come out with another Superman movie, fix it so that it matches this movie, and just disregard start a new Superman movie up by disregarding everything else that came before it, and take fucking Shazam as the beginning, like.
So it's a reboot of a reboot.
Yeah, just do it like a soft reboot, and by soft reboot meaning like change the tone and all that to like match it up a little bit better with Shazam. Like you can't match every character up with Shazam.
But here's the deal. Like a lot of people are going like, oh well, this is the tone we're looking for. No, this is the Shazam tone. You know what I mean? Not every movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
that's
this
what I'm saying.
This is perfect for Shazam.
Yeah, for Shazam, yes, it's perfect. Now you need to take the whatever formula they use to make Shazam, put it into all your other fucking movies. But yeah, this movie is an easy 9, and if it wasn't for Ghostbusters, maybe I'd give it a 10. But
if it wasn't for so you're saying no movie is gonna get a 10 from you?
No movie is ever. Well, take that back. There will be movies that will make a 10. But Ghostbusters is always going to be the high. So that's, no, but yeah, I'd give it a 9.
I absolutely give it a 9. Easy, flat.
Really? I thought, dude, you're giving it a 9?
I'm giving it a 9.
No 10, and you just claimed that it is the best DC movie you've ever seen.
DC movie, not best movie he's ever seen.
Yeah, but the thing is,
the reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because I want to watch it 2 or 3 more times and see if I get sick of the longer parts.
I want to do that too because I want to see if I like it more. Because that's always a good thing to do is because when you rewatch like how many times have we watched something we're like, that was pretty good, and then we rewatch it again and we're like, wow, that was garbage actually.
The thing is, and this is again what for Ghostbusters for all of us, Die Hard for you. If you put on Die Hard, you go, that was a great movie. That has to be a 9. You watch it again and go, that was a great movie. That has to be a 9. You watch it a third time and you're still singing its praises. That's not a 9.
No, that's a 10.
That's a 10. Mm-hmm. And that's
so you're saying no movie can be 10 in first watching?
No, I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either.
Because you better be sure.
Well, that's the sign of a 10. A 10 is a movie that you could literally put on and you never get sick of. You can watch it
exactly
over, and every time you watch it, you go, God, this movie's so good.
Ghostbusters
does it every time.
Anyway,
Ghostbusters and Die Hard for me.
Oh, you know what? No, for me, Ninja Turtles.
Die Hard,
Ninja Turtles for me.
The first one.
The first Ninja Turtles as well.
I can watch that over and over, and it doesn't get. But anyway.
Yep.
And I'm giving it a 9. It could possibly. That's why I said easily a 9. It could possibly be a 10 because this movie. There's things that I hoped for. There were things that I hoped that I was begging for like just a small thing that they would feed me. And they went, here's a whole turkey, have fun.
Yeah.
And I had no clue. I'm like, I wasn't even expecting.
Yeah.
Just like
there's
one
some
corn bit.
There's something I will tell you right now.
Can we just get the spoilers?
Let's just go straight to
Okay.
spoilers.
All right.
and
All right.
talk about it.
Spoiler
Ready?
alert for everybody listening.
3, 2, 1. Mary fucking Marvel.
Fuck Mary Marvel, the
The
Marvel
Marvel
family. Okay, look, when this happened, okay,
I'm like, they're not going to.
I audibly in the theater.
I kept thinking, oh, maybe they'll save it for part 2.
Maybe
You
they'll
know,
save it for
obviously,
part-
maybe they'll save it for part 2.
But they kept holding
No.
the staff. I'm
No.
like, is he gonna grab it? Is he gonna grab it? He keeps
and,
showing the staff.
and he was
Yeah.
like this, and it was like, and he's thinking, oh, my brothers and sisters, and he
Yup.
turns around
Yep.
and goes, grab that. I'm like, no way.
Oh
Look, it
my
gives me
God.
chills.
I
Yeah.
had goosebumps. I'm
It
like,
gives me chills.
Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna
And
do
then
it?
I love it. They're like, Billy.
yeah.
No,
He's like,
no.
Yeah.
When that happened, I audibly said yes, and I literally started clapping. Like I couldn't help it. It came out. of me.
Well, I mean, it gave you blue balls at first because you went Billy, and you're like,
No, because
Yeah.
I knew they were just I knew they were just doing that just to f around.
Yeah.
But like that was freaking awesome. That was incredible. I cannot believe they did that. I saw Mary immediately, and I was like, oh, it's Mary.
Yeah.
But I did not
dude,
think they were going
had
to go
all
there.
They had
No,
Also-
Mary, Captain Marvel Jr.
Junior, yeah, Captain Marvel. Is he gonna be called Shazam Jr.? Can't be called
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel
I don't
Jr.
know.
Anyway.
It's probably gonna be Shazam.
And Mary
Shazam.
Marvel, is she still gonna be named Mary Marvel, or is she gonna be named Mary
Shazam.
Mary Shazam. What? Get out of here.
It might just be. They might just go Mary. The credit scene just said Mary superhero version.
Did it?
It said like
Gay.
Mary superhero version.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's what they put. They just
goodness.
said they just put their names and they said superhero version or just like superhero or
Yeah.
whatever.
Uh,
They didn't put
So
their actual
they
names.
didn't put any names. to
but
them.
like all I was doing was going. They better mention Mary. They
They'll
better
probably
mention
figure
Mary.
it out
They
for
better
part
mention
2.
Mary.
They're probably just waiting to see what happens with this movie to see if
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes money before they even decide to make a part
And I'm
2.
like, they better have Mary. They better have Mary. I just want a sister that's named Mary. It's not that hard.
They did.
And then you see this woman come up, and I'm like, geez, she's beautiful. I'm like,
Oh, this
that looks
is
like
Mary.
This looks like Mary. Like, is that Mary? They're like, hey, this is Mary. And I'm like, they have Mary Marvel. I'm happy. So I can die.
Yeah,
happy.
me too.
Yeah.
I
I
was
can die.
content with that.
Because I knew Captain Marvel Jr. was in it. Because you see him in the trailers. You saw him over and over again. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
They already have him. No big deal. They have Captain Marvel Jr. I just want to marry. And then they showed the little black girl. Wasn't she in 52?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Cute. They have her.
Also, the suit is based off of Shazam's 52.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know they are.
Yep.
And then they had didn't they have an Asian guy too in the story?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
did they have a Spanish kid? I don't remember. If it was a Spanish kid.
I
Was
don't know if they have it in Spanish, but they had the
But-
little black girl. They had the little black girl. They had the Asian kid.
In the
it? And
52
they had a green
the
guy
new
in
52.
52.
Yeah.
They had a green guy with a beard.
Yeah.
I guess like he's obviously the Spanish.
Yeah, I can't remember how he looked, but they had the paraplegic kid who
Yeah.
was Marvel Jr.
Well,
and then
yeah.
and then
So-
Mary.
Because he's always been a paraplegic kid.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's always been. That's the reason I knew he was Captain
Oh,
Marvel
okay.
Jr. Because I'm like, oh, there he is.
By the way, can we just
Right.
mention that he always had an Aquaman shirt on, which is amazing.
Yeah.
um,
Well, he had a Batman, he had a Superman.
Yeah, well, he had a like
yeah.
Superman backpack or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
but
No, but he had a Superman shirt too.
Oh,
he had
did
a,
he?
he had a
Did he?
Batman shirt. He had a Superman shirt. He had a Superman shirt twice.
He had mostly though. He had an Aquaman shirt.
Only at the end. Only in the end credits
Get
scene.
outta here. What are you talking about? No, he didn't.
Yeah,
in,
only-
in the beginning.
No, in the beginning, he was wearing a Superman shirt.
No, that's bullcrap. We got to go watch that.
Now we
movie
gotta
just
go
for-
watch it again.
Yeah,
because
it's
I
a-
remember because I pointed out in the beginning because I was with Matt and I was like, "Yo, he's got an Aquaman shirt." on.
oh, you saw it with Matt?
Yeah, of
That's
course.
great. That's great.
Matt Gill and Blake and Angela.
Really, you had a whole group of people. How they all feedback?
Gil was
was?
like, "Yeah, it's pretty good," but Gil doesn't know any superheroes.
That's
you
fine,
know
but
what I
he
mean?
thought it was pretty good.
Matt thought it was good. Angelo loved it, and Blake. Oh my god, I got to tell you a reaction with Blake. Real quick.
Oh, Blake's reaction was the movie theater. He wanted to see his reaction.
Yeah,
when he saw
Blake
the
wanted to see
family.
my reaction.
Really?
The whole
Blake-
time he
Blake-
was like, he was just like, oh, I wanted to see Daddy's reaction when he saw the family.
because I was like, I'm like Blake, it's Mary. You know it's Mary. He's like, I know, Dad, I know. Dad, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. He's like, okay, Dad, keep watching the movie. I know.
Oh wait, you watch it again with him?
Yeah, he came.
Oh,
with
that's
us.
awesome.
The only
Okay.
reason he's not with us now is because he's with
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway,
No.
So then I mentioned, and then I'm like, oh, you know the kid is Captain Marvel Jr. right? He's like, I know, Dad. Just can you watch the movie?
Telling him to shut up.
So he didn't spoil anything.
No.
He was just like, "Come on,
I
man,
know.
shut up."
Yeah, I got it. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then it showed up. Then he's like, yeah.
That is amazing. No, but when we were watching it, first he was like getting like mad hype, and he was like, "I love Shazam." And then when Billy's up on the rooftop after he talks to his mom, and he jumps off in that badass scene where he jumps off the roof. And he goes, Shazam!
Yeah.
And he gets hit by the lightning in the air.
Yeah.
When that happened, literally Blake like sat up with him and was like, Shazam! Like, he literally like said it out loud. I was like, yes, dude.
That's fucking great.
That whole movie, like, it was a feel good movie, and the reason
Yeah.
I agree with Joel, it's a family movie. It's a family movie.
Yeah.
You know what I
Anybody
like?
can go watch this.
You know what I like too? I want to say it's exactly family because, and this is actually an aspect I liked about it, was it was like really goofy, and this is why I say I don't think it's for everyone because I feel like some people would find it really campy and corny.
That's the whole point.
But I know, and I was gonna say to me and a Captain Marvel or Shazam fan, you know that's the point.
We're not gonna get this right.
I know. I keep calling him Captain. He's finally he's finally
Finally
Shazam, and we used to call him Shazam all the time.
Yeah, I
Captain
know.
Marvel.
Always used to call
You
him
guys
Shazam.
always
And it's
used
a
to
Captain
call
Marvel.
him Shazam.
It's Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. It's Captain Marvel. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, Shazam. It's
And
Captain Marvel.
now he's Shazam, and you guys can call him Captain Marvel.
Kid.
Anyway,
Make up your fucking minds.
the thing I like about it is that it was like really corny and campy again, that's oh my god, that's Shazam. You know, right? That's like the way Shazam's are. But then it would like Gil said this, and I'm like, he's absolutely right, and that's kind of what I love about this movie. When Savannah was in the board meeting, I freaking love that scene. That was such a badass scene.
Yeah.
And he picks up his brother and literally throws him out of the window.
Yep.
Gil turns over to me and goes, that went from 1 to 1,000 in like a second. And that's what I liked. There was some.
That's blood related.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the blood related family.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's backstabbing each other.
No.
Yet the foster kids.
Oh, no, I love it.
Like,
I don't mean to cut from what I'm saying, but you know what I love too? And I was like, I literally said, I was like, yo, got her. When she was like, oh, you're good, right? You're good. And he was like, yeah, I'm good. Now, here, because I need to go back to my real family.
Yep.
I was like, damn, bitch. Anyway, besides that, I liked how there was really mature parts in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was really dark and sinister. Like, it wasn't like, again, it wasn't Savannah like, I'm evil. Like, no, you saw him being evil. You know what I mean? You saw him being crazy. And that's why I liked him. That's why I thought this was so good, because you have literally complete opposites. You have Shazam, who is a little kid in literally, superhero body, and the whole mall scene, oh my god, when they were in the mall fighting, I loved that entire scene, because you have Savannah who's like, give me your power, and he's all like serious, and then this dude's throwing like toys and he threw, oh, Batman. I was dying.
And he looks. I love when he looked at him. He's like, you like. He didn't say you whine, you quiver, you. This is something like a child.
I think he says you quiver like a child.
Yeah, I love how he said that. He's like, maybe because I am a child. And he's like,
Wait,
the look
and
on his face.
Then, when he's in the place with the piano, it's like doom doom.
Oh yeah.
And then Savannah's looking at him. He's like,
One of my favorite
so
parts.
good,
One of
dude.
my favorite parts is he's like you see Savannah look at him and he says something along the lines of like, I will like take your heart and eat it.
When he starts monologuing,
What? I can't hear it. All I hear is you in your mouth.
And they're like a mile away from each other.
and then you hear him like so slightly, then it comes back, and he's like, I shall extend this plane.
I'll eat your heart or something.
Yeah.
Some shit. He was just like,
was like,
I can't. Oh, fuck it.
There's cars, there's trucks, or whatever.
Yeah, there's cars and
Yeah.
trucks.
Because they do that all the time in superhero movies.
No,
Yeah.
when they're
They do
mad,
that all the time when they're fart.
when they're mad for, and he's like monologuing, and the hero's like, no. So like legit,
Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Like,
Planet is
Savannah, like,
exploding. And
so good, dude. So good.
there was one thing there was one scene in particular that still bothers me. And it only bothers me from a logistics perspective was with the bus. He caught the bus
by the window,
by the glass,
Yeah, how is that
and it didn't
possible?
shatter.
Yeah,
like
that was
really?
one thing. Like I like
You
how,
make him just grab the metal.
yeah, no, like yeah,
or yeah, like this,
like
you know,
this, or like, you know,
vertically.
like
You know what I
this,
mean? Not
yeah.
horizontally. Yeah.
He literally caught it by the window, which was already breaking and ready to shatter.
that
By the
bothered me.
way, that was like one thing that like super bothered. Like it still bothers me. I'm just like, oh my god, fix that.
When Savannah first
Re-release it and fix it.
Like no, the extended director's cut. That's the only thing that's different.
Yes.
There's one thing,
And he holds it for longer because it's got to be extended.
Yeah.
The dog waits there longer.
Yep.
Savannah, when he first grabs Shazam and flies up.
Yep, I knew that was the scene you were talking about.
Dude, it was ridiculous. Like the scene was like you saw the buildings and it gets small, like, and it looked legit. Like it wasn't like cartoony.
Yeah. No.
It wasn't. It looked like he took off, just hook off, and you could see the whole city getting so. And then he comes out through the clouds like Injustice.
I could have.
You know when
I could
Injustice, that's exactly what it looked like. I'm like, oh, that's fucked
I
up.
could see how they would have like that would have been super cartoony if they not did it right, and they did it.
It could look totally
They
cartoony.
did it fucking right.
They
in this
took
movie.
that, and I went.
It looked
this is
great.
the best flying scene.
Any
of all
other
time.
movie, like you said, any other movie would have been like fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
A lot of
like,
a lot of the special effects were really this movie was really good.
How much you want to bet that WB is going to end up reusing that scene for like Space Jam 2?
oh,
So I wanted to point out two more issues that I remembered. And again, this is like I'm really nitpicking because like it didn't like take away from the experience. First, I don't know about you guys, but when he first became Shazam, why did all these bad things happen at like the perfect time? Like he was like, oh, I'm Shazam, and then like, whoa, this is crazy, and then like this lady was getting mugged, and I was like, okay, all right, that's fine.
that and then
He
the rocket
said-
scene right
Well,
after.
I
And
mean,
then
one, it's Philly, so it happens all the time.
Yeah, but like
But
it
in defense-
bothered me. Like I wish it was like another night. Like if they would have like made it like another night, it's like okay, I understand.
In defense, only one bad thing happened that night. It was only the robbery at the store. That
Oh, because the one lady was handling
one lady
it with me.
handled
with
the other guy.
mace.
It was over.
Okay, all right, true. But that and also, there was like me and Matt were making fun of it. Again, these are like my only three complaints: pacing, that, and me and Matt were making fun of it because there's like 4 sets in the movie. There's like. There was
school,
inside
the
the school, the outside of school. It's the same shot every time. The outside of the house and inside the house. There was, like they reused those scenes like 18 freaking times. And actually, Matt actually pointed it out again. Very nitpicky. I did not even notice this. He said they literally used the same entrance scene twice because he said he noticed a kid with a Batman outfit going up to a girl and like saying like waving his hands, and then they showed it again and it was the exact same scene and the kid with like the Batman book bag. We might need to rewatch it, but he said the same exact scene. I didn't see it. The kid ran up to the girl and like started waving his hands. It was like the same like frame by frame. It was like the same exact thing. Those are like the only things. But again, like that doesn't matter in the in the larger scale of things.
I wouldn't mind having statues of the Seven Sins at home.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
also,
banging.
I was on
They look
board.
fucking awesome.
I was on board as soon as I saw, and I think Matt was too, because I was like, bro. As soon as you saw the layer, with the 7 sins, I'm like, I'm on board. Like it looks perfect. It literally looks perfect. The Rock of Eternity looks perfect.
This is what life is. This is I gotta live.
You did notice when Billy showed up, and Shazam was telling him about the story that they made. They definitely made Black Adam. It doesn't say that it's Black Adam, but we know that it's Black Adam.
Oh yeah,
made it look like
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, did they?
You noticed that, right?
I noticed that. I'm like, oh.
Did you notice that?
I didn't notice he looked like The Rock. I mean, I knew it was Black Adam.
Yeah, no, they made it.
Yeah.
They specifically made it look like The Rock.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if he's still going to play Black Adam. I'm
As
assuming.
far as I know, he is.
I hope,
he
but
never.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because from what I heard, when he was announcing should he be Shazam or Black Adam, he was like letting Facebook, like vote and stuff.
Yeah.
And then later on,
I don't think it would have made sense for him to be Shazam.
No, and everyone was excited about both, but everybody voted for Black Adam.
Oh, absolutely.
And then he's like, he said something about like, it's going to be. He said a saying that Black Adam says in one of the comics, and then his next like tweet or whatever was a picture, a painting of Black Adam.
Right.
So everyone went crazy, and apparently he signed a contract to be Black Adam for DC.
Yeah.
Around there, so he just hasn't done a movie yet, but it's
right.
It's on the
Yeah.
Also, no one. I'm surprised you didn't pull it. Point it out. Was anyone else so happy that they got Shazam so perfect that they kept making him say "Holy moly"?
Oh,
and
gee
whiz.
Yeah.
He said "holy." He said.
I noticed that.
I didn't even notice him say it.
He said "holy moly" as a kid when he first gets to the entrance.
Right.
And also when the bus.
Holy moly! So then when you see him as Zach, or that's Shazam.
That's Zach.
Like Zach Levi.
I know, but still
went and did it.
Right.
And he said "holy moly," and he sounded just like the kid. I'm like, yo.
And
I
also,
can't believe they pulled that off. And
also at the end, he's like, "Well, gee whiz,
sorry about your staff."
That's what he says. Yep.
I didn't even notice
straight
that.
up said "gee whiz."
I didn't even notice that.
So I have to
catch it. Now I have to watch it again.
Which shows how natural that is.
Yeah.
Unlike other people that play Logan, and all you hear is like, "Oh yeah, take that."
Jesus.
It was natural.
It sounded natural versus completely not.
Like the guy in the cartoon used to say Bob for Wolverine.
Right.
You'd barely catch him do it because he said it so naturally in his conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, holy moly. The kid said holy moly. Well, the kid, and then the grown-up said holy moly once a piece.
You're right. I do notice that because when Hugh Jackman would say it in the X-Men movies, it just sounded weird.
It's
like I
weird.
know
he's like, listen.
I
here,
love
Bob.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but he never really said Bub all that often. And when he did, it was just like
clear,
weird.
like it was forced in there because it's hard to pull that off and make it sound.
Yeah.
Holy moly and gee whiz.
I
whiz,
love
sorry about your
the
staff.
gee whiz. Sorry about your staff. Like yes, like that's like they paid so much attention that they made him.
Thank you for reminding me.
They made that the script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that may seem little to other people.
No,
but that's huge. All he needed to say was
Good golly.
Yeah,
And
like
we
golly
just
gee.
like,
but obviously, I think that's a little too old school. While you know. Holy moly, obviously, and gee whiz, and of course all the other like oh yeah, it was mad dope, whatever. Like there's that one boy who said that, which I love because again, the golly gee comes from them trying to make him sound like a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
back in the day, like golly gee and gee whiz and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, they're tying it into the roots of the character, which is
which is fantastic.
I can't believe I saw I wanted just to see Mary in the family.
Well, you're right. They gave you the whole turkey.
And they gave me Mary Marvel.
And then some.
By the way, I was like, yo, I'm really happy they kept the same actress. Like, they didn't change her up.
Yeah, I thought
And
the
then
same thing
No,
too.
no, they didn't.
When
And
they
then
did the close-up, I was like, holy
uh-huh.
shit, that's somebody different.
Yep, I did the same thing because I was like, oh, okay, they just kept this. Oh no,
No, they didn't. No.
But yeah, it was great.
It's really you. My name is...
Yo, so
Yeah,
my name
she was adorable.
is Darla, and I've been really good. Yo, that Santa was cracking me up. He was like
at the
across,
end.
like
At the end, when he took the reporter's mic.
and he's like, well, sweetie, Santa always finds a way to be there for you.
Fucking leaves her.
Run! So good. This movie was great, man. This movie was great.
Yeah.
Easy, solid 8. If I rewatch it, it might be a 9 because and now as I'm talking about it, this movie was great. Right now it's still an 8.
It feels like nitpicky complaining about anything because of how good it was.
Yeah,
it is.
The only thing you can talk about is the nitpicky from a negative standpoint. The only thing you can talk about are the nitpicky stuff.
Phenomenal.
It's
The only
such a good movie.
again, the only everything I complained about was nitpicky, and the only real complaint I have was I felt that the pacing was off for me at least. But again, it doesn't matter because the rest of the movie was so good.
How do you think the Christopher Reeve's Superman would get along with Shazam?
It would be beautiful to see that. It's
Absolutely.
a shame because literally that movie can be pulled off in 1970. Not like it can't be look this good, but I'm talking about that script would still work in 1978.
I mean, I don't know about
No,
Avi and Mad Dope.
Well,
But
yeah, but I mean, like, because he does.
And walking around charging cell phones.
yeah,
But
your
I'm talking-
phone is charged.
But like,
Hey, I'm a superhero. I don't know why I love that line. Hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
we should hang out sometime.
Yeah,
With the same
we're
age.
same
we're like
age.
the same age.
But I think that Superman would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I got upset. I was really hoping that Henry.
Yes, the Superman
Yes,
at the
I
end
know.
was Henry. Like when they showed, look, it gives me chills when they showed they even played the theme.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 and he walked in.
Yep.
I was like, please tell me this is Henry, please. And they didn't show his face, and it's obviously bodily. It's obviously not Henry
It's
Cavill.
not him, yeah. Yeah, I would have loved to have just they
real
would just
quick.
show his face.
Yeah, just real quick. But
That's pretty awesome though. He's like, I got another friend.
Yeah.
that I liked. I even liked the end credit scene where like they're making fun of all the other superheroes.
Yo, yes, the credits.
Yes, the credits.
The
yeah,
animated
drawings,
credits
yeah.
so good.
Like,
It's like prom night, and he like gets Wonder Woman or
Yeah.
whatever, and like they go through like
With the
all the
Flash.
heroes. Yeah,
With the Flash and the one chick.
Batman's like in his underwear or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like trying to keep up. He's like,
takes the
"Alfred!"
Batmobile.
Yeah. So
good.
good. So
It's good.
good. Like they put a lot of like they really tried to capture this character. Like,
Yeah.
And they nailed it. They nailed it. They nailed him. They nailed Savannah. They nailed the Marvel family.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good that I like it. It honest to God didn't feel like WB did it.
I feel like somebody else did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If someone told me that WB,
I feel like
if-
WB just Warner Brothers just like possibly loosened their grips.
if W, if,
On this
if-
movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is
but-
why
but
it
if,
was so
yeah,
good.
but if they told us WB stayed out of it and they let DC do whatever they wanted, I'd believe it 100%.
Oh yeah.
If they said WB didn't do anything and they let Disney run it, I'd believe it too. WB couldn't have had their
James
hands in it.
Gunn.
Yeah.
Like it was
James Gunn is behind everything right now. He's
it
playing
was
both
just-
sides.
He's playing both sides. It was unbelievably good. Like
That's what I'm
especially
saying.
coming from DC. Like it's just
This
it doesn't
this is the
seem possible.
first
Yeah.
besides like Dark Knight, besides Batman '89.
This is the same studio that made Batman v Superman.
I'm being serious. Like, think about all the live action DC movies. Which ones are good?
Dark Knight in this movie. For you,
What do you mean?
which one?
This one because it's close. I see. I gotta watch it again, but I think this one because it's closer to
The comics.
the comics.
No, you know, absolutely. Dark Knight's not closer to the
The
comics.
Dark
but
Knight's just a crime thriller
Yeah.
with Batman.
It's a good movie, but it's not comic accurate.
So for you two, it's this movie over Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I can
called-
easily
name-
watch this movie like 5 more, 6 more, 8 more times. Dark Knight, like I can watch Dark Knight again, but I'm skipping parts.
Yeah,
like
I'm skipping all the
wanna
talking
see,
shit.
Yeah,
Like Dark Knight, literally, I want to see when the Batmobile explodes and then it turns
Yeah.
into the Bat-Pod and he just races off.
I
That's
want-
like my favorite
I
scene.
want-
But like,
I want to say literally, I don't care about any of them except all the Two-Face scenes. like everyone's like Heath Ledger. I'm like whatever that dude's name was, I can't remember.
Dark Knight felt like it ended also like 4 or 5 times before the ending actually took. I'm like, oh, this
yeah.
is the next
Well,
movie. Oh, this
name-
will be the next movie.
hold on,
What
hold
the-
on.
is it-
Name good live action because there's a bunch of good animated.
78
ones.
Superman,
78 Superman,
89,
89 Batman. Dark Knight,
Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
Aquaman, Wonder Woman were okay.
But they're good movies.
Yeah,
You said good
yeah,
movies. You said good DC
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
They're good movies.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Suicide Squad was fine.
Suicide Squad was fine.
Justice League was bad. Man of Steel.
Man of
of
Steel.
Steel,
I
yeah.
like Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
We got 4 movies.
It's not.
5.
I don't
We have
think.
5 good DC.
I don't think Man of Steel is not up there with Shazam though.
No. Oh no, no,
like,
no,
nowhere near.
no. But I'm
Well,
not
it's-
talking about what's on par with Shazam
Oh, no,
because
no,
honestly,
no, I know. I'm just
you're
saying.
right.
Like I'm
This
saying, like
might be
this
one
is
of the
this is like the
best.
best. This is the best. This is the best DC movie that has come out. because
not only is it great, but
it's
also
a family.
it
It's a
is-
family movie. It's
is the
good for
most
kids. It's good for adults.
combat accurate.
It's
Combat
the most.
accurate, like-
It's the most comic book accurate.
comic accurate and combat accurate. Did you see how they were hitting each? Like it was good. It was that.
Fighting in Man of Steel was
Yeah.
still ridiculous.
Fighting in Man of Steel, yes.
God,
that was fucking
I'm sorry. I
ridiculous.
love the fighting in Man of Steel.
No, I do
Agreed,
too.
but-
I do too. But the fact that Superman was not accurate.
Oh no.
Superman would have
No,
been trying to
this-
save people while still fighting Zod at the
This
same
this
time.
has nothing to do with is it on par with it? No, absolutely fucking not.
No.
You know what would have been nice for Superman though? Man of Steel.
If he saves people,
No, well, obviously
and
if
if
he
he
saved
wasn't
people.
crying in
But the
space
reason-
and
I'm
crying
hoping
on-
now that
reason he
Superman
was
died and
tired-
came back that he's like different, where he's.
they try to make him different.
But
Like
they,
that.
but they,
or like
They
look,
did in
I'm-
Justice League.
Yeah,
no,
they did.
Because he
no,
got there.
That's what I'm saying.
He got there and he was like, "What do you need me to help with?" He was like, "Oh wait, hold on, I gotta go save people."
well, yeah,
that's what he
because
did.
again, they were trying to course correct by
yeah.
that time. It's
But
too
I'm
fucking
sorry,
late.
fighting,
Yeah.
fighting the Kryptonians. What would have been interesting was
If there, wait, are you talking about Man of Steel
Yeah.
or? Oh, I think you're talking about Superman too. I was saying
Oh
there
my
wasn't a
God.
5-minute blowing scene.
in Man of Steel, where
That
as he's fighting, as he's fighting the Kryptonians, the reason he's losing
You gotta do an episode of that one.
is because he knows his strengths. Why they don't, they're still
Yeah.
just getting used to it.
Yeah.
Is that he's getting exhausted because he's hitting them and fighting them, and then saving somebody, and then hitting somebody, and then saving somebody.
Yeah,
hitting
exactly.
somebody, saving somebody, and he's
And
constantly going
also,
back and forth.
I don't know
Then
why
he's
they
like,
didn't
"Yo,
try to work with
I'm
that
gonna be
dynamic because like
tired after, and then when
because
General Zod's
Zod
like,
could have
I'm
been
not
like
gonna quit.
yeah
He's
because
just like, I gotta end this because I'm
That would have
given
given that would like I watching Man of Steel again. And I recently watched it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand why he did it,
Yes, but the,
and I to an extent I agree him doing it, but they never built it up in the movie.
Yeah, to make it feel that way.
Yes.
Like you know what they're
Yeah,
getting at,
it
but I
didn't-
should
it
know what
didn't
you're
feel-
getting at.
it didn't
I
feel-
should feel it.
Yes,
it didn't
exactly.
feel earned. It was
So
Exactly.
So seeing Superman get exhausted, saving this person, General Zod does something, fights him, goes save.
Like
You
yes,
can feel for him, like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
he's not going to win this. He's exhausted. He's
Like,
constantly doing something. He's going to lose.
they should have gotten
and
to.
you see Superman go.
It should
I-
have gotten to the point
I can't
of
keep doing
like
this.
Superman fighting Doomsday in a comic book. Not,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Batman v Superman.
Where, like, this
Superman
guy's
fighting
even with
Doomsday
me.
to the point where he's just like fucking beat, and he's just like, I gotta let it like either all out or I just gotta take this guy out.
Yeah, and
no, and that's the thing. It was handled so poorly. Like who thought?
Well, that's it. Like I don't
thought that was like, yo, it should be like this desperate attempt, and he's holding Zod's face.
but Zod's looking at
But
the
Zod's
children.
looking at kids, and he's gonna.
I get it. I get where they were going. They just didn't build it up enough to
no.
make
And
me
also the
feel like
situation-
it was
Hold on.
deserved and it
Let's-
was warranted.
Let each other talk because we're doing a lot of talking over each other.
No, and also you're holding his face.
That's-
You're holding the thing that's going to kill the chick. Just turn his
Yeah.
head.
All right. Anyway, we're kind of like fucking off.
Yeah.
That's what he could have done.
That's a,
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
By the way,
Cover up his eyes.
for the listeners, I was covering Joel's
He could've
eyes. He
just,
had
like-
no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, he could have covered his eyes or literally just like
Flown him up.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
fly straight
exactly.
fucking up.
Oh no! Dude, imagine that. Like the kids are like, ah! And then all you do is see, and everything gets quiet.
Yeah.
and then the scene in Shazam.
He literally could have done anything. He could have
And the
slammed his
scene-
head on the ground too. If he had his head like this, he could have just went.
There's like
a million different things
That
he could've
scene
done.
made
Shazam
no
scene?
sense.
The Shazam scene where you see them take off up in the air with Savannah. That could have been Superman holding General Zod, just like
Exactly.
no, screw it.
That was probably why they did it. They were probably like, "Fuck it, let's
Make him-
do what
make
Man of
fun of
Steel
it,
couldn't
yeah.
do." Just straight up.
Yeah, they got every aspect right. Again, we've talked about it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Savannah was right. But they also even showed, Captain Marvel saving people, the Marvel family going out of
Saving
their way.
people. I got it.
Save.
I
to
do
save
actually got it.
people.
Yeah.
You know, like
No, it was.
everyone getting used to their powers, them fighting.
Mhm.
Like I could have
great.
watched another 30 minutes of just the Marvel family fighting the seven deadly sins, and I would have been.
I would be, and this would make it worth it if the DC Universe app, their streaming service, if they did the Marvel family like as a series, even if it was a mini series, like 5, like 5
So
1-hour
they show
episodes.
They
Like,
show one of each.
Yeah,
Just
5
one of each.
1-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Not even one of each. Just fucking
the
do it all
family.
together. Just of the family. Like, that would make that streaming service so fucking worth it. If they had the same people that did the movie.
Hadouken.
do the thing.
Yo,
Oh my god, that was
yes!
so fucking funny.
I was like,
didn't.
yes! He literally goes,
Finish him.
yeah. And he was like, I got the
voice.
And he literally does like the
Yeah.
Hadouken. So good, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know, man. Dude,
yeah.
this is
Great.
Yeah,
Great,
no,
great.
it was
Awesome
a
movie.
great fucking movie.
Go watch
9,
nine,
8.
8 as of right now. That's an average of
8.7.
8 point. Is
Five.
it 8.7?
Yeah,
8.5? Whatever.
Oh, no,
8.5.
8.6. 8.66.
8.6. Yeah.
Go watch this movie.
Yeah. No.
Go
it's-
support. Please support this movie because this movie deserves it.
Yeah.
Unlike all the other DC fucking crap that's out there, this deserves it.
Yeah.
So please go out and support. Shazam.
So good, the Marvel family. Oh, just so they do.